Hey, what's up? I'm Dominique and welcome to today's video. I've heard that you've been wanting to learn how to do your makeup recently. Well, good thing that you've come to the right place because I'm here to help. Today, I'm going to be walking you through my makeup routine step by step, all while showing you exactly how I do it. We'll be diving into all the basics that you need to know to slay your look, from the makeup products to the tools that I use. And of course, this video is beginner friendly and we're just going to be chatting it up like we're besties. Well, obviously, that's because we are besties. Now let's get started as I walk you through step by step on how to perfect your base makeup routine. So without further ado, let's get started and let's jump right in. The first step in any makeup routine should always be skin prep. And by skin prep, I mean a moisturizer and a primer. And honestly, these are the bare minimum for skin prep. You can go a little bit more crazy if that's what you like, but these are the bare minimum. You should definitely always be using these because if you really want your makeup to look snatched, you gotta start with some good skin prep. If your skin is looking dry and crusty, your makeup is gonna look dry and crusty too. It's just the way that it is. The moisturizer that I'm going to be using today is the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Daily Moisturizer. Yes, it's true, I do basically talk about this in all my videos. This product right here is such a good moisturizer, especially to wear underneath your foundation. And I absolutely love that it has this pump and I just pump it right onto my face. So it's super easy to use and fast because when I'm in a rush, that's exactly what I need, easy and fast. So I'm just going to be applying this moisturizer literally all over my face. So when you're doing your makeup, you want to make sure that everything that you apply to your skin underneath your foundation sits for at least 1 minute before you apply anything on top. We just really want everything to soak in before we add anything on top so it doesn't break up and get those peeling beads because that is not cute. Not cute at all. This is the NYX Marshmallow Primer and I absolutely love this primer because it really helps to smooth out the pores and make my skin feel and look super soft. And I love me a good pore smoothing primer because I want my pores to be basically non-existent, honestly. So I'm just gonna add about half of a pump on each side of my face, and then with my hands I'm just gonna rub it into my skin and I'm gonna keep it mainly where I have the most pores, so on my cheek. And then once most of it is rubbed in, I'm just gonna move it up to my forehead as well. Now just like the moisturizer, I'm just gonna let this soak into my skin for at least 1 minute before I apply my foundation on top. Now if you want your base makeup to look as perfect as it possibly can be, I always recommend doing your eyeshadow before you apply your foundation. So as the moisturizer and primer is just sitting on my skin and soaking in, I'm going to do my eyeshadow to avoid any fallout getting onto my base. So I always do my eyeshadow first literally every single time I do my makeup for the most part. It really just looks so much cleaner that way. And today I'm going to be using the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. I have the shade Medium 2.5. Now when applying foundation, I always recommend by starting off with 1 pump of foundation on the back of your hand. The way that I like to apply my foundation is with a brush. And honestly, you do not have to be very picky about what foundation brush you use. Seriously, any foundation brush will work for this. This one specifically is from Haus Labs and it's one of my all-time favorites. So I'm just gonna pick up a little foundation off the back of my hand onto the brush, and then I'm gonna start applying the foundation at my jawline, and I'm gonna work my way up towards my cheek, and I'm gonna apply it using stamping motions. I don't wanna sit here and really swirl the foundation around, I just wanna pat it into my skin. And I absolutely love this foundation. It's such a good foundation for literally any skin type. You can see that it's giving my skin such a beautiful glow, and I'm living, honestly. Now the key to success for foundation is only using the smallest amount needed to cover your entire face. And only applying a little amount of foundation to your skin is going to make it look a lot more natural and a lot more smooth. And of course, it's okay to go in with another pump if needed. Like today, I went in with 2 pumps instead of 1. So now the foundation is all blended in with my brush, and I'm gonna show you a little foundation hack that you're gonna love. And all you need for this hack is a setting spray or a facial mist and a sponge. So all I'm gonna do is take my setting spray and I'm gonna spray it all over my face, and I'm really gonna saturate my foundation with it. This is the e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Setting Spray and I live for this, especially for the summer. It gives a really nice coconut scent and it really makes my skin look dewy too, so I love it. And now as the foundation is starting to naturally dry down, I'm gonna take my setting spray one more time and I'm just gonna spray my sponge. And I'm just gonna tap the foundation into my skin with the sponge. And you wanna do this when the foundation is almost dry but not totally dry. I seriously cannot express to you enough how beautiful this step makes my skin look. I will always and forever do this foundation step right here. It is incredible. So step number 3 is always concealer. And today I'm just using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. And I have the shade Creme Brulee Light 2.5. So first I'm just gonna apply the concealer directly underneath my eyes. And honestly, you do not need a lot of concealer. Just like the foundation, you only wanna use the smallest amount needed to cover up your under eye. The more concealer that you apply underneath underneath your eye, you're gonna risk the chance of having more creases. I mean, you have creases underneath your eye. Your concealer is gonna crease no matter what, honestly. But we can really control how much it creases by the amount of product that you put underneath your eye. Now, after I apply the concealer to underneath my eyes, I'm just gonna highlight the center of my face to give it more of a spotlight effect. So I'm gonna apply a little bit on my chin, the tip of my nose, and in between my eyebrows. To blend out my concealer, I always use this Haus Labs concealer brush. I love this brush so much. It is amazing. It's outstanding. I love the shape of it. It really helps to get in the corner of your eye just so beautifully because of the way that it's shaped. It's a 10 out of 10 brush for me, and I totally recommend. So to blend out the concealer, I always start out at the bottom of the concealer and I work my way up towards my lower lash line, because basically every product that you put on your skin, I guess besides foundation, you want to blend it up towards your temples to help lift your face. And also to blend out my concealer, I'm just doing tapping motions as well. You can see that my concealer shade is definitely lighter than my foundation, and it's helping to brighten up my under eyes and give it more of a highlighted look. And I always recommend going 1 to 2 shades lighter than your foundation for that reason. And now the concealer is all blended out, and I'm actually going to do the exact same foundation hack that we just did, just one more time. And I'm really going to spray it all over my face. I'm going to give my sponge just one more spray, and then I'm going to use the sponge to tap the concealer into my skin. Just like the foundation, this is going to make the concealer look insanely smooth. I do this after every single cream product that I apply to the skin as well. Whether it's cream blush, cream bronzer, anything like that, I always press it into my skin after I apply it. I sound like a broken record at this point because I'm always talking about this step, but I love it and I cannot do my makeup without it. Now I know this might seem extra, but I'm telling you, it makes such a big difference. If you have not tried this out, you're gonna die when you try it out. After you apply your concealer, now is the time to go in with your cream products. I always like to do my bronzers and then my blush. Honestly, just because of the way that it layers, I like to have my bronzer on the bottom and then my blush on top, so I always go in with my bronzer first. So now I'm gonna go in with my liquid bronzer, and this is the Say Do Bronze in the shade Swim. I'm just gonna apply about 2 dots of this bronzer onto my cheek, and I'm gonna place it in the hollows of my cheek. So if you feel where your cheekbones are, right underneath in the hollow, that's where I'm gonna place the bronzer. And then I wanna outline the perimeter of my forehead with this as well, and I'm gonna connect it down to where we place the bronzer on the cheekbone. And then I'm also gonna draw it along the bottom of my jawline. And folks, this is how we snatch our face. And I always recommend starting off with a little bit and then adding more if needed, because it's way easier to add more than remove some. Oh, and also do not forget the sides of the nose as well. Now to blend out all this bronzer, I'm gonna take a brush. Now this brush specifically should be a little bit more dense than a fluffy powder brush. You want something that's really gonna help you blend out your cream products. When you tap the brush onto your skin, you don't want the bristles to just flatten, you know what I mean? You want something that's really gonna withstand the pressing motion. So I'm just gonna tap out the bronzer onto my cheek, and of course you wanna lift it up towards your temple as well to help lift your cheeks. You wanna concentrate most of the pigment back here, and then you wanna stipple it up towards your cheek as well, and then that's gonna give it that ombre look. And then for the jawline, I just scratch back and forth like this, and I do that same scratching motion on the side of my nose as well. And then for my forehead, I'm gonna go back to those stippling motions, and I'm just gonna pat, pat, pat until it blends it all out. And can you believe how good this liquid bronzer is? The way that it blends out in literally 5 seconds is just unbelievable. And now the bronzer is all blended out, and do you see this glow? Ma'am, hello? It's so good. Now it's time to go in with some liquid blush. This is the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in the shade Suave Mauve. Now this blush right here is so pigmented, so honestly, I'm just gonna do 1 dot of the blush on the top of my cheek. See how I'm placing it directly on the top of my cheek where the light is hitting? That's where you wanna place your blush. And very similarly to the liquid bronzer, you only wanna start with the smallest amount needed. And I'm just gonna blend out the liquid blush with the brush as well. Now with my brush, I'm just gonna tap out my liquid blush, and I'm gonna bring it up towards my temples as well, and this is really gonna help to lift the face. And honestly, the Suave Mauve shade from e.l.f. is so underrated. I am loving this shade. It potentially could be one of my all-time favorites. And I always like to apply a little blush on the center of my nose. Okay, so now you can see that the bronzer and the blush kind of look a little bit harsh. So to fix that, all I'm gonna do is the exact same hack that I've been doing throughout the entire video. With the e.l.f. setting spray, I'm just gonna spray my face. You know what comes next. I'm gonna spray the back of my sponge. Now watch this. I'm gonna take my sponge and I'm gonna tap out the blush and bronzer. And I'm gonna do this for about 30 seconds. I'm just gonna tap, 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 tap all on top of it. Now look at that. Look at the difference. This side right here just looks way more blended and so natural. Where on this side, it looks intense. It looks like I got some sunburn. It looks like there's some harsh edges right here. And that's really the difference that this little hack makes. So of course I gotta tap out this side too. And now look at that. Do you see how smooth it is, I'm so obsessed with this hack. So now I'm gonna take a loose translucent setting powder, and honestly you can use any loose translucent setting powder that you have and you love. Specifically for me, I'm using the Huda Beauty Easy Bake setting powder in the shade Pound Cake. This powder right here will really blur your skin to perfection. It's insane. To apply the powder to my face, I'm gonna use a little brush, and I love this brush specifically to apply powder underneath my eyes with. I love the shape, and it's kind of pointed at the top, so it really helps to get in the corner of my eye. And this is the Peaches and Cream PC27 brush. Oh, and if you're curious about any of the products that I've mentioned in today's video so far, I'll link them all down in the description box for you just in case you want to go ahead and check any of them out. And honestly, for this step, you could use a powder puff, you could use your brush, or you could even use your sponge. So I'm just going to pick up some of the powder onto the brush, and I'm going to tap, tap, tap it into my skin underneath my eye until I cannot see it any longer. And you want to make sure if your concealer is creasing that you blend it out before you set it in place with some powder. And then I'm going to set anywhere else I typically crease, like my smile lines. And of course, I'm going to powder my forehead because my laugh lines go crazy. And honestly, you can set your face anywhere else that you like. It's all about personal preference and how much powder you like to use. The more powder that you use and apply to your face, the longer your makeup is going to last throughout the day as well. Now, the next step in my makeup routine is always powder bronzer and powder blush. I like to set my liquid bronzer into place with some powder bronzer, so that's exactly what I'm going to do today. And I'm using the Haus Labs Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer, and I have the shade Medium 5. Now, the type of brush that you want to use for powder bronzer is going to be a lot different than the liquid bronzer brush. For powder bronzer, you want something a lot more fluffy. Powder should always be applied onto your face with a very fluffy brush. That is going to make the powders just instantly blend out and look so smooth. The fluffier the brush, the softer the look is going to be. This brush specifically is a PC04 brush, and I'm just going to swirl the brush all around the bronzer. And then I'm going to tap off the extra just to make sure that it's not too intense on my cheek. And now I'm going to place the brush on the back of my cheekbone by my hairline, and I'm going to start doing swirling motions to help blend out the powder bronzer. And I'm just going to directly apply it right on top of the liquid bronzer. And you want to make sure to hold all of your brushes at the back of the brush. This is just going to give it a lot more of a smoother, diffused look. If you hold your brushes up here, it's going to be a lot more harsh and harder to blend out with. So I'm just going to do some swirling motions, and I'm also going to bring it up towards my temple to help lift the face. I'm going to do the exact same thing on my forehead as well, and of course on my jawline too. Now I'm also going to set my liquid blush into place with some powder blush, and this is the Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Powder Blush in the shade Mellow Mauve. I cannot say Soft Pop Powder Blush because it's a tongue twister. Try saying that 10 times fast. I bet you can. Soft Pop Powder Blush, Soft Pop Powder Blush. It is a tongue twister, I will give it that. And with the powder blush, you want to make sure that you also use a very fluffy brush to apply it with. This brush I've been using for years, and honestly, I have no idea what brush this is. This is from Morphe, I do know that, but I like this brush because it's a small, fluffy brush, and for blush, it's perfect. So I'm just going to pick up some blush on my brush, and I'm also going to tap off the extra because you don't want to apply too much on accident. And starting at the top of my cheekbones, I'm just going to tap the blush into my skin going up towards my temples. And I'm just going to sit here and do these tapping motions until it's all blended out. Tapping everything onto your skin is the best way to not disturb and break up your foundation underneath. You want to be very gentle because remember, you do have layers of product underneath this. And honestly, I don't think that there's ever such thing as too much blush. So just go crazy with this step because I am a blush lover. And of course, I'm just going to dust some across the bridge of my nose as well. Now here's another little hack that I have for you. If you ever accidentally applied too much bronzer and you see some harsh edges, same with the blush, if it's too much or you see some harsh edges, go ahead and pick up the fluffiest powder brush that you have in your collection. And make sure that there's absolutely no product on it, so I'm just going to take a towel and wipe it off. You want this brush to be as clean as possible. This brush is the PC24 brush, and I love Peaches and Cream brushes, honestly. You can get like a little bundle with all of them, and that's what I did, and I love it. I use them all the time. They're such good quality. So with this huge brush, all I'm going to do is with some circular motions, I'm just going to blend everything out. And this step right here is going to diffuse any harsh edges, and it's going to make your bronzer and blush look so much more natural. Basically, this is the exact same step that I would do with my beauty sponge, but since it's powder products, I'm doing it with a brush. I'm telling you, if you want your base makeup to look flawless and just snatched, you kind of got to be extra with it, honestly. And I know it might seem like a lot, but the more you do this and the more you get in the habit of doing all these steps, you're going to get really fast at it. I can do a whole makeup look with all these steps included in about 15 minutes because that is how fast I've gotten at it. And now you can see there are absolutely no harsh edges and everything just looks so smooth and natural, and that is why we use this brush. I call this my in case of emergency brush because if you ever have a powder emergency, this baby right here is going to help to save the day. And I'm telling you, she saves the day every single time. There is not an accident that this brush cannot fix. Too much bronzer? Fixed. Too much blush? fixed. Too much highlighter even. Fix a bowl with this baby right here. Get yourself an in case of emergency brush because you are going to love it. Now I'm gonna apply some highlight to my cheeks because I am a highlighter girl and I'm so in love with highlighter. To me, it really completes the look because I love to glow. So today I'm going to be using the Benefit Cookie Highlighter. And if you want a blinding silver highlighter, this is it. This is it. It shows up so silver on me, but in the pan it kind of looks gold, which is interesting. But it definitely is more of a silver highlight. Since this is a powder highlight, you want a fluffy brush to apply the highlighter with. This is the Peaches and Cream PC17 brush. And honestly, it kind of looks like an eyeshadow crease blending brush, but just in a way bigger size. So I'm just gonna pick up some highlighter onto my brush, tap off the extra, you know the drill by now, and I'm gonna look in the mirror and you can see where the light is naturally hitting my cheeks. You wanna apply it at the very top of your cheekbones. So if you feel where your cheekbones are, right here is where my tops are. So that's exactly where I wanna apply it. And this highlighter is blinding. She sure is. I love a blinding highlight. Who doesn't? I don't know, maybe you don't, but I love it. I also apply it on the tips of my nose and on the bridge of my nose as well. Now, if you ever accidentally apply way too much highlight, you can take your in case of emergency brush and just tap it out and blend it away. Okay, so cute. I love how this look is looking. Love, love, love it. Now, personally, I really love to bake my blush and bronzer, which is a technique to really help clean up your blush and bronzer. So to bake your face, at least in my way, all you need is some translucent powder and a beauty sponge. You want to heavily coat your beauty sponge with some powder, and I mean heavily coat because it will be way easier that way. So I just pour translucent powder into the cap and then just pick it up, and I'm going to start at the back of my jawline in the hollow of my cheeks underneath where I placed the bronzer, and I'm going to start at the hairline and then I'm just going to drag it in a straight line up until my cheeks hit my mouth. This step right here is not necessary at all. This is only if you want to be super extra and really snatch your makeup look. The longer that you leave this powder on, the harsher of a line you're going to have. So it's really up to you. You could leave it on for 30 seconds, you could leave it on for 5 minutes, however long you want, honestly. So now that this bake has been setting on my skin, I'm just going to dust it away with my in case of emergency brush. I mean, you can see that the in case of emergency brush really comes in handy for multiple things. Even when I'm traveling and I have to limit the amount of makeup that I bring, I will always include my in case of emergency brush and my setting spray and my beauty sponge. And you can see right here how the bake really helps to clean up the blush and bronzer. It just makes it look a lot more sharp, and I love that. Alright, I've got one final step in my makeup routine, and of course it's drenching my face with some setting spray. I prefer dewy setting spray, something that will give my skin a glow, but that's because I've got dry skin. If you've got oily skin, I would definitely recommend you choosing a mattifying setting spray for this step. But since I'm dry, I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. Dewy Coconut Setting Spray. This setting spray also has a really fine mist, so it's really nice and refreshing on the face as well. And I'm just gonna go crazy with the spraying. I really want to saturate my skin so it's soaking wet. And I cover my eyes because I don't want the mascara or my eyeliner to move or drip or smudge. The more setting spray you apply to your face, the more hydrated your skin is gonna look. The key here is really to make your face soaking wet. I know that's weird, but it really makes a difference. Then I'm gonna sit here and let my face air dry. So I melted all the products together, I took away the powder look, and added a glow to the skin. That's why I always do this step. Literally, I will never leave the house without setting spray. And of course, you know I always keep a mini one in my purse. I have to be strapped with a setting spray at all times. Just like lip liner, I'm always strapped with one of those as well. Yes, I'm extra, but who cares? It's the way that I am. And that, my friends, is my makeup routine step by step. And like I said, I know it can be a bit extra, but the more you do this and the more you practice, the faster you're gonna get at it. And honestly, if you want to get good at makeup, all you have to do is just keep practicing. That's how you become good at it. And that's how I found this routine, by just trial and error. So hopefully you found a tip from this video that you will also start to incorporate into your routine. Because let me tell you, when you look good, you feel even better. And that's it. That's all I have for you today. Let me know down in the comments if you're gonna try out any of these tips that I mentioned in today's video. And of course, I would love to hear from you because nothing makes me happier than interacting with you. It fills my heart with joy and makes me so happy. And of course, as always, I've linked all the products that I mentioned in today's video down in the description box just in case you want to go ahead and check any of them out. And of course, I'll be back next week with a brand new video, so go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss when I upload my next video. And then that way we can truly become besties. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Oh, and P.S. don't forget to subscribe so that we can truly become besties. I love that for us.